everything is, it's a very bad situation. A lot of checkpoints. Actually, I'm gonna tell you something. In Rome, I can move all over without a document. In my country, I can't do this. I have to carry my ID wherever I go. Even if I don't have any documents, absolutely. I have to spend in the present like 2-3 months. So it's very, very, very hard life. Because the people who lived in Jerusalem, who carries the Israel ID, faced a very big problem. Because if you wanna go to the Israeli side, it's very hard, a lot of checkpoints. And also, if you wanna go to the Palestinian side, the West Bank, also it's very hard. So they will not let us get in. So we live in a big jail. The name of this jail is Jerusalem. All of this just to stay and to take care of our culture, our houses, and we pay for this.
I am Jabir. Good friend. He's here in my shop. He's my friend Khalid.
Ciao. Hello. كيف حالك؟
فين وفين وفين أيامنا معاكو فين ليالينا فين وفين وفين نتمنى رضاك وراضينا.
All my friends talk about their dream of love, a special moment, that special tender moment, but I don't dream of love. I really wonder why I don't dream of love. A lot of friends talk about, oh well, it's just like that. It's just one of those special kind of things. One day that happened for you, but it never happened for me. I don't dream of love.
فين وفين أيامنا معاكو فين ليالينا فين وفين وفين نتمنى رضاك وراضينا.
So I was born to a Polish family, so my mother and my grandmother didn't cook, with olive oil or with fennel or with eggplant. It's only very recently that all those things got into the repertoire of the kitchen. And the first things that I remember from the taste of I remember of my neighbor, whose name was Esther. She came from Alexandria, Egypt, and she used to cook little burritos and very small cookies and excellent dishes with eggplants. And it was all new for me, and I drank coffee with her with cardamom and lacerda, which is a kind of salted fish. And I was lucky because, for a boy that came from a Polish family that is used to eat gefilte fish and sweet carrot salad, it was a revelation for me. I believe that Israelis and Palestinians should cook together more often. It's amazing the way, Tel Aviv or Netanya, where my bakery is 12 kilometers from Palestinian city. But we live very, very apart. There is no connection because there is fear and anger and hate, and I think the parent circle is an amazing opportunity to show how people can connect, not only through food but through art and music and being together, speaking together, and making peace not from above, from the government, but from the bottom, from the people, from the real people, simple people.
This is Yossi. He came from Ethiopia, but he works with us 7 years. Levitazione naturale. In fabric. Fabric and the wood. Like there, like there.
I lost my son Amir in January, 22nd of January, 95. He was 19 years old. He was soldier in the paratroops, and he got killed by a suicide bomber in a place called Bet-Lid. Bet-Lid, it's a place where every Sunday all the soldiers that came for weekend are gathering and going to the bases, their bases in the West Bank. He was in duty in this place to take care for guard and see that there won't be any terror actions there. And then come a suicide bomber dressed in uniform, in Israeli uniform of the soldiers, and blow himself on the soldier that was there. 8 soldiers got killed, not my son. But when my son and others come to help the casualties, then come another suicide bomber and blow himself on the soldiers that come to help. So it was 21 got killed that day and 1 civilian. In the minute that my son got killed, I knew he didn't kill because of the terror. He was killed because there was no peace in the region, because the conflict is not solved yet. We are still fighting each other, Israelis and Palestinians. Unfortunately, it's not the only tragedy that I share, because in the beginning of this intifada, uprising, what we say, the intifada start 28th of September, year 2000. The first soldier that got killed by Hamas in Gaza Strip was named David Beery. He was a best friend of my younger son, Elad, that was also 18 years old that time. And he was like a brother to him. So my son, Elad, committed suicide. He killed himself 3 weeks later, leaving a letter. He can't stand the pain and the sorrow that he loses friend, he loses brother. He can't stand anymore, and he killed himself. So once directly, once indirectly, I'm a victim of this conflict. Although what happened to me, I say I don't have a privilege to lose hope, because I have another 3 daughters and 6 grandchildren that living here. And if we want to live in peace, we must find a way to solve this conflict. And for me, it's like it's a reason to wake up in the morning, just to work for peace and try to do my best to deliver this message that losing a life through this conflict, Israelis and Palestinians, are a bad things, and it doesn't worth it.
I'm very excited about Erez and Khatem because I've known Erez for many years. I used to work with him. And we have done such meals in Israel, but never going overseas together. But I trust Erez, and I know he's such a person so filled with love and giving, and he's so creative. It can only be a wonderful meal. And I met Khatem, and he's very young and gentle, and I think they will work very nicely together.
قلبي ويقولوا شو ما يقولوا لما نسمع صوتك انسى كل اللي بدي يقولوا بدي قلك علي قلبي ويقولوا شو ما يقولوا دلك بدي شوفي تحكي لك عن همي عن اللي شاغل لي بالي واللي عم يجري بدمي
This place, my grandfather issued this 50 years ago. It's for traditional food, hummus and falafel, and fool and the salads and everything. So from my grandfather, my uncles take this place and they make it bigger a little bit. And so from my uncles to my cousins. He's one of my cousins, his name is Raed. And they run this business since 50 years ago. And it's one of the famous restaurants in the old city.
Here is the number. Okay.
Hello? Hi, Erez. How are you? Yes. Oh, look. Till now, I can't know when you are joking and when you say the truth. No way. Are you sure that we are going to Rome? Come on, stop joking. It's a very hard thing for me to believe that I'm going to Rome. What to do for the dinner? I will tell you what I'm gonna do for the dinner, but please tell me, is it true? Is it true? Yep. Okay. Oh, going to Rome. Wow. Unbelievable. So, what do you suggest? What can I take from Palestine to Rome? Some spices? I don't know. You will tell me.
I was very happy to speak with Hatem and to go through the food that we're going to do, because you know, Israeli and Palestinian cuisine is very similar. We use the same olive oil with the same wine, the same goat cheese, the same flour. We live under the same sky and we drink the same water practically. So, and I just spoke with him on the phone and I want to see him because, you know, it's funny to talk theoretically about food. We have to do it, really do it.
فين وفين وفين أيامنا معاكو فين ليالينا فين وفين وفين نتمنى رضاك وراضينا.
All my friends talk about their dream of love, a special moment, that special tender moment, but I don't dream of love. I really wonder why I don't dream of love. A lot of friends talk about, oh well, you know, it's just like that. It's just one of those special kind of things. One day that happened for you, but it never happened for me. I don't dream of love.
فين وفين وفين أيامنا معاكو فين ليالينا فين وفين وفين نتمنى رضاك وراضينا
And here we have some cheese that is made in a valley not far away from here. It's called Bordeaux. Unbelievable cheese. And here, you know, few examples of amazing. This is cheese from the desert, from the Negev. Very in the south, really the desert. It's a black goat. So here you have my restaurant, and it's a history for me because it was my first restaurant, and my first bakery was behind this wall, and we opened it 9 years ago. So it's like my baby, and you can see I have lots of natural ingredients here because I love nature, and I think nature is food. At least food comes from nature. And I'm not trying to do modern or urban thing, polished, modern, but I'm going for the rustic, for the real thing. For me, goats are a decoration, are something that evokes food.
I don't have those special moments lying with my fantasy. I won't reach climax by a cool and windy sea. I don't have those fantasies, moments lying with my fantasy. No fiction.
How is the kitchen in Villa Piccolomini? It's well equipped. I have to bake the breads. It's important to have a good oven, you know, like this, so I can bake my focaccia bread in 350 Celsius. And you know, it's very important to find very fresh cardamom and very fresh spices, otherwise it won't be good. And 5 kilograms of cilantro is very, very important because, you know, so we put cilantro in everything. You know, both Israelis and Palestinians. Although Polish, like people like my mother, don't eat cilantro. And this is a very similar thing between Polish people and Italians. And also the arak, a very, very good arak, and not something Italian or French, you know, arak. It's something very simple, you know, it's not a complicated flavor. And also the small, very small glasses are very good also, because we have to shoot it like vodka with the olive oil. This is the whole idea.
uncle were dead in the 1988 because he had a problem with heart problems and he smelled the gas that all of the time the police and the soldier over there used to shoot us with these bombs, gas bombs. And also my mother's cousin, she's my second cousin also. She was walking the Israeli side and she was putting on her neck the Palestinian kufiya. So they, very easy, one of them came to her and killed her with a knife.
I work special 2 years for our fats, you know, and he didn't eat everything, just only he eat fish and boiled vegetables and the fruit salads and knafes, oriental sweets, and he drink before chicken soup. But usually they have special guy, he make a special food for him, only for him, because also they because he's sick also, and they're afraid about him because they have a lot of people, maybe they have trouble, they think they want to make something for him or something for that. They have in the Mukata somebody special only for Abu Abama. I have 15 cooks, and I bring also my students. They working in Notre Dame. They are from the West Bank. It's not allowed when they finish the school. It's not allowed to work in Jerusalem because they have a ID card Palestinian. It's not allowed to work in Israel. And I bring him here to make a training and to work and to give more and more and more.
So you know we're gonna go to Rome and make a dinner over there. So what do you think that we're gonna make over there?
The Orientals mean something the traditional of this our food, you know. But I think the idea if you use barley. The barley, it's very oriental and very tasty and something special and it's new things, for people, for European, because the European people, they didn't know the barley.
This is the Notre Dame Hotel where I studied. This is the guest house and here is the college. So the classes is here and the library. The hotel is over there and the training kitchen is over there. So anytime they have guests in the hotel, we used to go out from the college to the hotel and work over there.
علت قلبي ويقولوا شو ما يقولوا لما بسمع صوتك بنسى كل اللي بدي قوله بدي قلك علت قلبي ويقولوا شو ما يقولوا
تفضلوا يا شباب.
والله هذا إشي مرتب.
With a couple of months of experience from the 2 years that he has been studying, he reached a certain point to be or to go out with Erez, the famous Israeli chef. That is something for him. It's a big thing for the Palestinian people. I see a career in front of him, that this would happen again, and this would not be the last time, to give an opportunity for a Palestinian and Israeli chefs. Maybe it would open tomorrow for an Israeli or Palestinian teachers or lecturers or whatever, to make the way to peace a little bit shorter. There is no way to peace. Peace is the way.
I'm here to talk about Hatem, a best friend of mine and a brother for over 20 years. I've known Hatem for more than 20 years, and those 20 years have been great for many reasons. Most importantly, to have somebody very special like that means a lot, and it's very lucky. I consider myself very lucky to have a friend like him. He's a great person as a person, and he's very talented. When Hatem started his field in cooking, when the idea came up, I was against this. It just didn't hit me at the time. We had the talk, and we always share things and ask him, and he asked me, and we share things together. That wasn't my first impression. Wasn't to encourage him to enter this field. For some reason, I don't know why. That night, it took me a lot of thinking, and I called him at 4 o'clock in the morning, telling him, "Listen, I think what you're on is the right thing to do, and you should always do what you believe in doing." I don't know if this is proper here to say, but as a Palestinian, I'd like to tell everybody, we're not somebody to be scared from. We're not somebody to, fear from. We're just regular human beings. I'm sure, as you're going to see on this movie. It's just that you need to open your eyes and come and see what a life of a Palestinian is, and what he goes through. And it's not what you hear. It's not what you see on TV. It's not until you come and live and experience and feel what of our lives. There's a lot of people just like Hatem, and maybe better, at doing things that they know and love of doing, but they never have the chance. Experience this just for the sake of their own satisfaction.
I was just thinking about the significance of breaking bread or sharing a meal together. And I think seeing Khatem and Erez cooking together and sharing this combined kitchen was also very inspiring for the group. I think this meal has much more significance than just the food we ate. It's the idea of, almost in the biblical sense, breaking bread. And I've seen it before, how the love of food can make all kinds of enemies work together. It's so difficult to do this work. It's very painful to always share your most intimate feelings and your pain with other people, because this is the way for you to show them the madness of the conflict. I spent my whole life now meeting total strangers and telling them about the idea of reconciliation and telling them my own personal story and of how I lost my child. And the amazing thing is that the empathy that people understand when they hear the Palestinian and the Israeli pain together is the thing that can make the difference. And if we can put out this message to the world of to stop taking sides, don't be pro-Palestinian, don't be pro-Israeli, but look to be pro the solution. That would be, if anything, that we can bring as a message. That is the greatest message we can bring.
Lost in a world, it's not my own, it's only fiction and illusion. Why should I change if you don't trust me anymore?
لما بسمع صوتك بنسى كل اللي بدي اقوله، بدي اقولك علي بقلبي ويقولوا شو ما يقولوا. لما بسمع صوتك بنسى كل اللي بدي اقوله، بدي اقولك علي بقلبي ويقولوا شو ما يقولوا.
No, this. Broccolo, okay.
Broccolo romanesco.
Broccolo romanesco, okay.
There was a wrong, and now you're gone
قلتلك بدي شوفك تحكيلك عن همي، عن اللي شاغل لي بالي واللي عم يشرب دمي. قلتلك بدي شوفك تحكيلك عن همي، عن اللي شاغل لي بالي واللي عم يشرب دمي.
It's the first time a Palestinian got into the ghetto. So I am very happy that we came back to Jerusalem and we see East Jerusalem, West Jerusalem together, and it was fun working with you. Thank you very much, and I hope that there will be much more opportunities like this to cook together, not only in Rome but also in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem for our people.
Yes, because in this way maybe we can, if we did cook together, so we can live together. So I hope this message will reach to all over the world, so they can help us to live together. And also maybe we can invite some chefs from outside. So it was very nice. Hope to do it again.
Yes.